Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Modded Minecraft. This is Dino. Thanks for joining me. Boy, have I been busy since the last time we've been recording, and got a lot to go over with you, and a few things that I kind of want to do with you today. So let's go ahead and get started. A couple of things that I've been doing off camera, as I kind of talked about in the previous episode, was to go into the cave system below our base and start kind of lighting all that up. I went ahead and did a fair amount of that, and I'm pretty pleased with the result, although there's still a lot more to do. This is a huge system down here. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually a couple of different systems, all interconnected. So boy, this is still a little dark in here, isn't it? Let's go ahead and put a torch there. So yeah, been running around just lighting up as much of this as we possibly can. I guess I got to go down there. But you can still see there's a lot of mobs on the mini-map. So I still have a lot of work to do. But yeah, I must have spent probably 2 to 3 hours down there just spending time lighting up the cave system. And my main goal is just to kind of make it so the mobs can't spawn down there, that it's lighted enough to where mobs wouldn't have to spawn down there. Don't need any noisy neighbors bothering me, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'll do, obviously I'll spend some time here and there continuing to light up down there. And as I promised, I did go ahead and record segments of that session that I thought you might be interested in, you know, especially, for example, any chests that I may find and anything else that might be of interest down there. So I wound up actually capturing a few minutes of 3 different segments down there, and would like to go ahead and show those to you. So I won't do that just yet. I kind of want to show you some other stuff that I've been doing, but then I'll come back and I'll show that to you. So you'll notice I put these new inverted white lamps down there. I crafted those quite a long time ago and left them in a chest down in the basement of our house. And then while kind of cleaning up and stuff, remembered that they were there, or saw that they were there, and brought them up here and decided to put them up on the roof just to kind of make it more even lighting. I was hoping it would be enough light to where I wouldn't have to have these jack-o'-lanterns down here, but to do that, these lights would have to be like 3 apart to have enough light in here, and I thought that would look a little funny. And I think that's just because the roof is so high, right? You know, it's what, 5 blocks high, I think. So I just decided I'll go ahead and leave the pumpkins in here for now. It's not that bad. It doesn't look that bad. Something else I did is back here. So I went ahead and started cleaning up back here, making it look a little nicer, and started doing some research on what blocks I might want to use back here, and saw that I had a lot of limestone. And in Chisel, there's a lot of really cool patterns you can craft with limestone. As you can see, I'm using 2 of them here. I'm using these, what is it? Limestone with dent, and then also smooth limestone. So I think it looks pretty good, and crafted some steps over here as well. It's not that bad. I wanted a light color. I tend to like lighter colors because it just helps with the visibility in this game. And as you know, day and night are pretty significant aspects of this game. So day being non-monster, non-hostile usually. So you sort of want to keep it light in order to prevent spawning and stuff like that, right? So that's kind of why I like the lighter textures and patterns. And limestone looks pretty good. So I kind of did it this way, just kind of winging it, something off the top of my head that I thought would look good, and just kind of came up with this pattern, you know, 4 one solid line, 4 one solid line, so on and so forth. And yeah, it's not too bad, just to kind of break up the monotony. I didn't want a solid pattern like this, although in many ways having these pumpkins here kind of breaks up that monotony too as well. So that's kind of an aspect I hadn't really thought about. So that's sort of what's happening here. Sort of the same thing. I'll have to give some consideration to roof lighting and stuff. This one's only 4 high, so the lighting might be a little bit better. I might try the similar lighting like these over here and see if I no longer need these pumpkins. But for now, I'm leaving the pumpkins there just to keep it lit up in here. And yeah, so this doesn't look too bad, I don't think. What do you guys think? You know, let me know if this, you know, maybe if there's an improved way to do this, or maybe a really cool texture or light color pattern, or block that you like that might look well here, or maybe even over here, because I'm not completely done yet. And I'm still trying to figure out what to do with the roof. This is actually the floor of the floor above, and so I don't really have a lot of choice with what I can do with this. So I might just go ahead and use this same marble block across the entire roof, given what we have here, and then I guess just live with it, I guess, because I don't want to have to change out the entire floor, since it's actually quite a big space up here, right? This is no big deal. I guess actually I could, if if we really wanted to, because it's just this section over here that's overlapping below, and I could probably change this with a different block without too much hassle, because this part isn't impacted necessarily. So yeah, so if you have any thoughts on what would be a good block for that, let me know, and we can maybe change this out and then extend that same block over to the rest of the room over here. So yeah, let's see what else. So I guess before I go any further, let me go ahead and break away and kind of show you my finds as I was lighting up the cave system below our base. Show you some of the cool loots that I found in a couple of chests and such, and then we'll come back and pick up where we left off. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll see you in just the other side of this short segment. Hey guys, thought I'd show you what's going on here. Came down into our mining shaft, down here, down to here, down towards the ravine to work my way down here, because guess what I saw? Check it out. So there's a chest down there in a minecart, and thought we might try to go check it out together. So kind of came down here and cleared out a little bit, trying to figure out a way to get down to it, and let's make sure it's safe. So far so good. Awesome. Got all kinds of mobs around us, but nothing right next to us so far. So let's see if we can't get over there real quick. Very good. It's actually darker here than I thought, so let's go ahead and put a torch down. That's one of the problems with carrying a torch in your hand, right? It always appears a little lighter than you think it is. So nothing gonna jump on our heads. Okay, great. Let's get over here. And more spider webs, but let's put some few torches down and check out this nice chest. Sweet. Hopefully it won't fall. So what do we got? Jailer's Safari Net. Least creatures don't despawn normally. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't think I've seen that before. TNT cart, filled tin can, and a crowbar. Nothing too exciting, but you know, better than nothing. So let's go ahead and grab this. Good, it didn't drop. Awesome. And I'm also picking up tracks along the way as well, because we're going to need those to work on the railway system between our base and the village next door, as well as to other cool locations in the future. So awesome. Anyway, as promised, I wanted to bring you back when I found some cool stuff. So I'll go ahead and continue on trying to light up the mine shaft. If I come across anything else cool, I'll bring it back. So check this out. I am in a major ravine. I just came from up there and dropped down here to kind of get a better look at what's going on in this ravine, and it is sweet. Very nice. There's ores everywhere. Unfortunately, there's a lot of lava too, so that makes me a little bit nervous, but boy, I'll just have to work my way down there and get rid of this lava with a bucket of water and kind of work my way through, because I would think that there's probably going to be some diamonds down there, which I want. So, and yeah, look over this way as well. You can see that the mine shaft system keeps going that direction quite a ways. So yeah, this is pretty awesome, and I just thought I'd show you guys. So okay, back to it. Check it out, guys. Check it out, check it out. Looks like I was going up there to place a torch, and it looks like I found myself a dungeon. A spider dungeon, it looks like. So let's get up here and see if we can't light this up real quick. All right. Wow, that was that was probably one of the easiest ones I've ever dealt with. Only one spider. That's kind of weird. Okay, I'm not going to complain. I expected more of a fight, but yeah, I was just checking out this side tunnel over here and placing all my torches down about 7 to 8 blocks to kind of light it up so that no spawning can occur, and got right here and realized, oh my goodness. And I started hearing spiders, so I ran back because I wanted to record it for you and show you what I just found. So that's pretty awesome. I'm excited. Cool. Let's see. So that's just a normal spider spawner. Okay, that's good. It wasn't a cave spider spawner. And let's see how much loot I've got. I'm pretty packed. Let's go ahead and move some items to our backpack, so we can free up some space for all this sweet loot that I'm hoping we're about to pick up. And I've got 2 cave spider spawners that I forgot to record for you guys earlier because those things, I hate those things and they make me so nervous. So I completely forgot to record those. I was just focused on getting rid of them and ran into 2 of them near each other. So pretty sweet. All right, what do we got here? Some tin, ender pearl, that's always good. Records, that's kind of neat. Apprentice's Ring of Ignis. I have no idea what that is. Some more tin and some nether quartz. That's not too bad. That's okay. I'm not going to complain. So let's move some more stuff out for the next chest. And boy, it's amazing how much stuff you pick up as you go. Let's just go ahead and break this guy, and that way we don't have to worry about it. I think I'm going to go ahead and break this guy too, but let me do that in a second. Another music disc. Boy, that one looks damaged. And some steel boots, pretty cool. Steel helmet, that's good. Another ender pearl, more stuff, and a white stone. I've read about that, but I don't remember what it's for. Have to look that one up again. So let's get rid of some more of this loot and make sure we've got room to pick up the stuff. Excellent, excellent. And I got the white thing too. Yep, good. And then we'll go ahead and take care of this guy. All right. And I think while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and pick up some of this mossy cobblestone, because that's not always easy to find, and it's nice to have. I suspect there's probably a way for me to get it much easier than just collecting it here. It might be something related to the chisel mod or something like that. But my Minecraftia mind is kicking in, and this is usually hard to find, so I'm going to go ahead and, what do we got here? Nothing. And go ahead and pick it up, because that's just what you're supposed to do. So just take a second here. Anyway, yeah, this has been pretty productive. As you saw, I'm picking up all kinds of cool loots. Haven't found any diamonds, although that's not been my focus this round. Right now I'm more focused on lighting up down here and picking up some of the harder to find stuff that's really useful, like the mimechite and stuff like that. So have I already picked up everything? Okay. Whoa. Get down there and get that guy. And I don't think I have room for much else. So, but I would like to pick up that mimechite real quick. So let's go ahead and free up one more slot. There we go. And get this mimechite. All right. Excellent, excellent. Anyway, I thought it would be kind of fun to show you that. So there you go. Sweet. And I'm pretty packed now, so I think I'm going to go ahead and I'll pick up some more mimechite since it's just right here. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get out of here while the getting's good. And we'll just pick it up where I left off. I'll set a waypoint or something here so that I can get back here easily enough. So, all right, guys. See you soon. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. What do you think? Not too bad. Just kind of ran around there lighting it up. Ran into a couple of spawners, including my least favorite spawners, those stupid cave spiders. I hate those guys. And I actually ran into 2 of those down there. So where did I put them? Did I put them over here? I don't remember. Maybe they're just in our ME system. Let's take a look. Yeah, see, I have 3 cave spiders now. One from way back when, and then a regular spider spawner here. So picked up 2 of them while I was messing around down there below our base. And anything else? Yeah, nothing else here. I don't know if you noticed, but one of the things that we found in one of the chests was the a scoop, right? Which is pretty awesome because I wanted to craft an APR backpack and a scoop so that we would be ready for our adventuring, land adventures when running around out there. I would want to grab any of the beehives that we come across. So the aviary backpack and the scoop are going to be required, and now I don't have to craft a scoop because we actually found one in one of the chests down there, so that's pretty awesome. But we should go ahead and craft an apiary backpack. So let's go ahead and do that real quick while I'm thinking about it, and see what's required to do that. I haven't actually looked into that yet, so come on, come on. Boy, it's a little slow. Yeah, it's really slow. Okay, there we go. So let's see, apiary backpack. What would that look like? Don't know. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Foresters, diggers, apiarists. There we go. And 1 of 25. I guess that's the right size. Yeah, that's the large, right? Okay. So that's the large one. Let's go ahead and craft that guy. So we need an apiarist chest. Oh boy. So we need 5 of these combs to have everything but that. And oh boy, do I have 5? Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness, I have 6. That's awesome. I just have enough. I can't believe that. Because I haven't really been doing anything with the bees. I haven't been paying much attention to that quite yet. So there we go. So there's a chest. Sweet. Got really lucky there. And let's see, what else do we need? I think we have the rest, right? Yep, we do. Awesome. So there's the backpack. So I have an apiarist backpack now and our scoop. So we're ready to go now for when we run around out in the world and we need to grab some bees when we come across them. So I will go ahead and put them in our other backpack for now. And then that way we'll just have them on hand when we need them. So let's see, the next thing I wanted to do was craft a thermometer. It sounds like I'm sick, right? And I need to check my temperature, but you know what I mean. Thaumcraft's thermometer. Let's go ahead and take a look at that recipe. So again, the reason why I want to do that is because as I'm traveling around out in the world, I come across nodes occasionally, and I'm just going to tell you right now, footnote, I know next to nothing about Thaumcraft. I hear excellent things about it. It's supposed to be an amazingly awesome mod. I'm really excited and looking forward to playing with it and learning more about it, but at the moment, I know nothing about it. I really don't. So this is going to be all very, very new to me, and that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. But I have a couple of Thaumcraft-oriented mods installed, and one of them is a node lister or cataloger, and apparently it will make note of nodes that I inspect with the thermometer, and then it will put that in a list and track those for me. So that's pretty awesome because, you know, remembering where all the nodes are can be a really, really huge challenge, right? At least that's my understanding. And having this capability, I think, is gonna make things kind of nice. So it's not a bad recipe. I've got a lot of shards. See, there we go, and there's our thermometer. So that's it. So that's good, and I have no idea what it does. What happens? Remote interface. I don't even know what it's doing or not doing. It's supposed to do something, I think. I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, well, I'll have to do some research on this, right? Obviously, just to kind of get some of the basics down. But there's our thermometer, and once I know how to use it, then when we're traveling out there, I can start cataloging the nodes or creating a list of nodes that we come across. And that's actually not too bad because we actually have a few near our base. In fact, way back in like episode 2 or 3, I noticed a node right next to the water between our base here and the village over there. So that's pretty cool. And I've come across others as I've been traveling around the world. So definitely want to take advantage of this add-on that will help us remember where all those nodes are and what types they are. So, okay. And to do that, we need the thermometer. So we're good to go now. So let's see. Another thing I wanted to do was go ahead and craft one of the auto spawners. We've got a couple of different options in our mod pack here. One is from Mine Factory Reloaded, and the other is from Ender.io. And the Ender.io one is called a powered spawner, and the Mine Factory Reloaded one is the auto spawner. And they're both pretty cool. They both provide similar capabilities with some variances. But I think for now I'm going to go ahead with the powered spawner from Ender.io. And I'll explain why in just a moment. So let's go ahead and pull that one up here. Take a look at its crafting recipe. And in anticipation of needing to craft that particular item, I went ahead and prepared off camera for this because it's another multi-step crafting process. And I'll explain that here as soon as the recipe comes up. But here it is. And it's got 3 of them in here, one with an Enderman inside and a chicken inside. And I have no idea why that is. Maybe because they're special. There's probably a special way to collect those. But the regular empty one is the one that we need. And you'll notice that it consists of a skull, and it can be any skull, it doesn't really matter. And then electrical steel, and again, that's just a iron, coal dust, and silicon in an alloy smelter, so it's not a big deal. So those are fine, and the machine chassis we've done before, it's not too bad. It's just iron bars and iron with the basic capacitor, which is just copper and redstone and gold nuggets. So that's, again, not a big deal. So those parts of the recipe are fine. It's these guys on the bottom that are a little more challenging. So the vibrant crystal requires vibrant alloy nuggets surrounding an emerald. And to get this guy, it's a little more work. How do we do that again? Trying to remember. There it is. So it's an energetic alloy and an ender pearl to get you that vibrant alloy. And the energetic alloy is, again, just another alloy smelter recipe, which is just redstone, gold, and glowstone. So the ingredients aren't that bad. It's just multiple steps, like I said. And then an emerald. We had a couple, not too many. We're almost out of emeralds. And then, so those give those guys. And then this Z-Logic controller, this one was a bit more of a challenge because you need a slice and splice machine, and it's an Ender.io machine, and I had to craft that. So I did that over here. There it is. And again, so once you have that machine, then you put these guys in there as the recipe. So you need these solariums, which is not a big deal. You just put it in the alloy smelter as well. It's soul, sand, and gold, I believe. And that gives you solarium. And just another zombie head. We have hundreds and hundreds of those from our zombie farm. And then silicon and redstone. So not a big deal at all. And you put it in the slice and splice machine, and you get the Z-Logic controller out. So once you have the Z-Logic controller, now you've got pretty much everything you need in here. And I think it can take any of the heads, any of the skulls, and then you get an empty one. So let's just go ahead and grab one of these guys, and voila. So there we go. So now we've got our powered spawner. And I believe it just does its spawning thing once it's provided some RF power, I believe. So nothing super exciting about that necessarily, other than we'll have to, of course, build out our farm somewhere, so I'll have to give some consideration as to where we want to put the farm. So this is going to give us the ability to be able to do our own mob farming in our base or wherever we would like to put it. So, you know, we could create another room there or go down further, which may not be a bad idea. Maybe put another room back there or something. Not completely sure. So if you guys have any particular ideas or opinions on that, you know, let me know. And then, and we'll maybe use a similar configuration to what we did for our zombie farm in terms of how to kill them. Although there's probably even a more efficient way to do that. So I might do a little research on that and see what other people have done and maybe come up with a better configuration. But with this guy, I believe you just provide it with power and then it just spawns. And I think there's ways of upgrading this a little bit to impact its speed and stuff. I'm not completely sure. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. But I think that's really all you do. Now, my understanding, though, is this is an empty one. So we have to take, I believe, one of our existing spawners. And right now we've only got spiders and cave spiders. And I'm thinking we're going to want, oh, I don't know, you know, we maybe just another zombie spawner, or maybe just break the one that we're using now and move it over here. I'm not completely sure yet. So, so I got to give some thought to that. But this process will work with pretty much anything. If we could find a, well, I don't know what we could find. I think you can do, there's a way to capture mobs that don't have spawners like Enderman, I think, and actually be able to create an Enderman spawner. And I think you do that using these, what's called a soul vial. And then another process. It's a two-step process. I did a little research on it, but I couldn't find a whole lot of information on the soul vials though. So I don't know how they work or how you use them. But basically my understanding is with the soul vial you can capture a mob's soul, and then with that you apply it to this second step, and then you can then program this this powered spawner to then be able to use that special mob that you typically wouldn't find as a spawner. So that's pretty cool. Soul vial. Well, let's see what we come up in here for the soul vial. It's a it's just like a bottle, but you can do other stuff with it. And I just don't know what that is yet. So I'll have to figure that part out. Like I said, I couldn't find much information on the web regarding it, but it was just a cursory scan though. I'm sure if I keep searching deeper, I'll be able to find it. So yeah, here's a soul vial. What's its recipe? Oh, it's really cheap. Fused quartz, no biggie, and solarium, no biggie. This is easy to get. So once I can figure out how to use this, I'll be good to go. This is not a problem at all. So soul fragments, yeah, I don't know. Soul vial empty. Yeah. Anyway, so I'll do some more research on that, or if any of you know how that works, you know, let me know. You know, put that in the comment section below. I'd really appreciate that. It'll probably save me a lot of time from just doing research on the web. But I'll do that if I need to, and then we'll be able to have more creativity around our spawning. I like the powered spawner. It's not a super expensive crafting recipe, and it does provide for some fair amount of configuration. The only challenge though is that you have to specify what mob that spawner applies to by taking one of the broken spawners that you've captured while running around the world killing creatures, and then I think you just put it in an anvil. No, is it an anvil? I can't remember if it's an anvil or just a crafting table or whatever, but you basically put it in, put the empty powered spawner in there with the broken spawner mob type that you want to apply to it, and then it gets applied. And then that empty one now becomes a spawner of that type. And then once you power it, you get that mob. So that's pretty cool. So it is pretty configurable, but again, once it's set, it's set. And I believe you can change the mob type, but but it requires a bit of work to do so. So, so with that said, the auto spawner from Mine Factory Reloaded is a little more convenient in that regard, because you can capture mobs in our where are they? Oh, there they are. Using the safari nets, not the single-use ones like these are, but the permanent ones. You just trap the mob that you want to spawn, and then you just put it in there, and you're good to go. You do need mob essence, though, and that's the reason why I didn't go with that one at the moment, because I do not have a supply of mob essence at the moment. It's not hard to get, but I'd like to do some research to find a more extensible or auto collecting process for mob essence. And I know you can do it. I've seen it done before, but I just don't have that set up just yet. So the powered spawner just seemed like the simpler approach for now. So we'll probably switch over to the Mine Factory Reloaded auto spawner in the very near future once I've got the details all worked out. So that's pretty cool. So the last thing I kind of wanted to go over, because we're starting to run out of time, we've been, wrong one. We've been, oh yeah, I guess I should show you. So we've been going for a little while, so I don't want to take too much longer. But yeah, I went ahead and put another elevator here so we can go up and up both levels to the roof. And the reason I did that is because of this, guys. Look at that. So I mentioned before that I kind of wanted to start taking a look at Archimedes ships, and had some time yesterday to play around, and I've never really played with that mod either. So I got to playing with it, and I just got carried away. I got pretty excited because this is a pretty cool mod, and you can do a lot of cool stuff with it. So in a nutshell, with this guy, you can craft either a water boat, a regular boat, or an airship boat. And I guess not boat, ship. So you can go to a water ship and an airship. But anyway, I wanted an airship, right? Because you can pretty much create an airship out of any block in the game, including, as you can see here, machines and power sources and stuff like that. So what I've done here is I've created a really neat ship out of the just wood planks. I used hellbark wood in this case because I had a surplus of it, and I put some quite clear glass down here so we can see below us. And then I went ahead and put a mining well and a power source from a redstone energy cell that I crafted, and boy, that took a little while. I forgot how involved that recipe is. And then I've got a drum behind it, and I'm hoping this will go right into the drum. If not, I'll have to put a liquid conduit here. But the idea is that I can now fly over an oil geyser, and then if I can line this up properly, and that'll be interesting to see if we can, but if we can, then I can just flip this switch, sending power into our mining well. The well head will go down into the oil and start sucking up the oil and put it into our drums. So that is pretty awesome. And once I've confirmed this is working, I'll probably replace the drum with a tesseract or some other method of just sending liquids straight from the well into a larger tank or larger storage facility here at our base. And that would be awesome. That's just so cool, and we can apply that to anything we want, right? If we need lava, if we need whatever, we can just fly around and apply this process to whatever we want. It's just really kind of cool. I mean, what you can do with basically a flying base is pretty neat. And my understanding is it'll stay up in the air once you park it. So that's pretty cool too. So what this is, here's a platform that just kind of mimics the shape of our ship, and these are made out of shore buffers. So these are unattachable blocks that serve as a buffer between our ship and the world, because the ship has a limitation of 2,048 blocks, which when you think about it, that's a lot of blocks. You're probably, that's huge. But the challenge though is that any block attached to it becomes an extension of the ship. And then that block's attached to another block, it's attached to another block. So if you're not careful, just having a block right, having a block right here, for example, would basically become an extension of the ship when you tell the ship to create itself. And since that block's connected to this block, which is connected to this block, which is connected to that, you'll have way more than 2,000 blocks because it'll just keep going and the whole world is connected to it, basically. So that's what this shore buffer does, is it basically is an unattached, you can't attach to this block, so it's a buffer block. When I first created this, it didn't work, and I had it one off the ground, and so it wasn't connected to anything else, but it didn't work, and I've since figured out why, but it took me a while to figure it out, and this is why. If you, let's see, is that right? Oh, that's not the right block. Let me swap it out. It's this one that I think, right? That you click on. Click, click. There it is. Couldn't remember how to do it, but you'll see I've got these invisible light sources here, and you'll notice right below the ship, there's two of them there. So when this is off, right, like right now, you can't see them, which is, you know, its intent. When it's off, you can't see those blocks, but those are actual blocks. So when I went to create the ship, that block was connected to the roof, which is connected to the walls and the ground, and so it's more than 2,000 blocks, and it wouldn't create the ship. But because I couldn't see those blocks, I thought something was wrong. I mean, I couldn't figure out what was going on. So just brainstorming and trying to figure out what's going on, I decided to go ahead and raise it one more block, put the buffer, the shore buffers down, and that just solved it. But I really don't need that. Just raising it one more would have fixed it, because now there would be an air block between the invisible light source and our ship, and that would have then not connected, and then it would have been fine. So anyway, just the long story short is that invisible block kind of threw me for a loop, let's just say, a little bit, because I just didn't know what was going on. And then afterward, I figured it out. I can't remember how. I don't remember. I was trying to move the blocks around or something, and anyway, somehow I kind of clicked on it. And anyway, I figured it out. But anyway, it was quite a debugging session, if you know what I mean. So let's go back up real quick. I just wanted to sleep real quick before the mobs start taking off. And let's just go up here real quick and take it for a little spin, right? So the way this works is, this is a brand new mod for me. I have no idea what I'm doing, but it's not too hard in concept anyways. Once you've got it all done and ready to go, you can right-click on your ship's helm. You can see that the ship's ready to go. Assemble it. It's good to go. You can pretty much create anything you want in any shape you want, as long as it's not connected to the rest of the world, right? As I was explaining a moment ago. The only caveat is that these air balloons need to be at 40% of the capacity of the ship. So this airship consists of 70 blocks. So 40% of those 70 blocks need to be air balloons in order to have enough lift for it to fly. And as you can see, I've got 50% on here, so we're good to go. And then you just click on Mount, and you'll see. So we're good to go. So I'm kind of sitting here now. Let's see if I can, yeah, you can see I'm kind of sitting. I wish there was a chair there. That would be kind of cool. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and fly. So my understanding is to ascend, it's the X key. And you can see we're going up, right? Sweet. And then we'll come over here. And we're flying, guys. And as you can see, we can see below us pretty well. And you'll notice the reason I put the glass there is so that we can see when the well is above oil. And so we have oil here, over here. So we'll just kind of practice real quick to line up, see the oil ahead of us. And to navigate, it's just your normal navigation keys, WASD. Getting it lined up with the oil, I think, is going to be kind of a challenge. Well, let's just see. How we doing? I'm not seeing the oil. I would have thought we'd be over it by now. Oh, here we go. Okay. There it is. And then you use the C key to brake. So there we go. But as you can see, it's going to be kind of hard to line it up just right. So I will just have to practice with that and see what happens. It looks like I'm a little out of alignment. Let's see, is it the K key and then align and then disable? Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, but as you can see, it's pretty cool, right? I mean, we're on our airship and we're just hovering above stuff. You know, you can run around up here and do things after you've jumped out of navigation mode. So, but yeah, the challenge is going to be around getting alignment with that guy. But I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and do what I used to do in my single player world. And typically what I do is I go to the bottom of the ocean right around that particular geyser, and I just kind of tunnel up using dirt to where the oil itself is enclosed inside the dirt, and that prevents then the pump from somehow collecting water as it starts sucking up the oil. If you don't do that, if the pump picks up water, then water and oil won't mix into your storage containment system, and it'll just stop. So you need a way to manage the water, and there's many different ways to do it, but I find that the easiest way is just to kind of put dirt around the oil, and then that way, once it starts sucking up the oil, the water is separated from it, and it won't mess things up. So let's go ahead and turn real quick. It's kind of cool visual. I like that. And what do we got down there? You can actually see the bottom down there. I wonder if there's coral down there, or maybe, I don't know. I think what I'll do for now, though, is I'll go ahead and leave our ship here for now, because I would like to practice. Whoops. I think I just messed up. Let's go backwards a little bit. Yeah, I'll just keep it here for right now because I want to practice a little bit, and that'll help. And I'll go down there, and like I said, I'll put dirt around there and get it to where it doesn't mess with the water. Yeah, I can see lining it up is going to be really, really tricky. But yeah, I'll leave it here. That way I can play with it a little bit later, and we'll just teleport back to our base. And then that way we can call it an episode for right now. And what I can do is just morph into a blaze or a bat or something to fly up here when it's time to do a little bit of practicing with this guy. So that'll work. Anyway, kind of covered a couple of new mods to me. Again, if you guys have tips or experience with these, yeah, feel free to leave your tips in the comment section below. That would really help me out an awful lot because I've got a lot of learning to do with these guys. And if you guys can point out some of the obvious pitfalls, that would be fantastic. I'd appreciate that. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please consider giving it a like. I'd appreciate that. And look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.